Your Hamilton Public Library card gets you so much more than books. Chief Librarian and CEO of the Hamilton Public Library, Paul Takala, joins us now with an update of their services. We should start off this morning because it is such a bitterly cold day that all branches, when they're open, are warming centers.
Yeah, that's correct. And the library, we added 300 hours a week of service coming out of COVID. So we used to have some closed Mondays or Fridays at some of our branches, and we don't anymore. And so the other thing that we do at the library is we keep our regional branches, including Central, open from 8 till midnight every Monday to Thursday for a quiet, independent study.
Okay, and you have something new at the library now, a community desk. This is only at the Central Library, and it's connecting, you say, nonprofit groups with patrons that come in.
That's correct. And so there's a lot of groups out there in the community trying to help people. And in the library, we're focused on our job, but we also know there's a lot of people that are facing challenging times. One example, there's a unit that helps people connect to their primary care physician. And in the first 2 weeks that they were set up, 63 people got access to a primary care physician when they didn't have one before.
Wow.
By just coming into the library.
Because you think of what a resource it is in every community. Like, so shout out to Sherwood, that's my home branch. When I go in there at noon, you see high school students, you know, just gathered around a table, kind of having their lunch, doing whatever. But it's a safe space, isn't it?
It is a safe space, and I think, you know, certainly people need quiet places to study, and so there's always a lot of people, you know, doing work in the library. People also come in for digital access, and then, you know, programs as well was really a bright spot of last year, where there's so much demand for good, positive community activity, positive learning, or story times. You know, families just love it, and it's really important that we create those positive learning experiences for people.
You've also got the great makerspace at the Central Branch.
Yes, and you know, the makerspace, I think what's great about that is we're trying to get people to learn how to use different technology. And so, you know, we have artists, you know, using it. We have people, it's interesting, some people want to make their kitchen look freshen up. They're coming in and printing up knobs using the 3D printers.
3D printers, yes.
And giving their kitchen, you know, a refresh. So there's a lot of things you can do, and I think, you know, behind it, we're trying to make sure that people are inspired and they learn how to do things, you know, to open doors for the future for them. Right.
You're also opening museum doors because you can come in with your library card. You can go to a number of museums for free.
Yes, and one of the things we heard from our great friends at the Hamilton Museums when that program started, they had high school students showing up on their own after school going to the museum, and they didn't really have that except for, you know, when there was trips. And I remember the first week we had that program, a young boy brought in his grandfather. They were newcomers to Canada, and his grandfather didn't speak English, but his grandson was getting him a library card so we could take him out to the museums.
How cool is that? You've got Presto cards as well for transit access for little ones, for kids.
6 to 12 years old, and we received a very generous donation. We decided to use that to pay the $6 for the Presto card, so that way youth in the city can get access to you know, we're here, the Hamilton Public Library is freedom to discover and belong. And what a great way to discover, to have youth opportunities to travel to different parts of the city.
Okay, we've got about 30 seconds left, but is everything back up to where it was before the Hamilton cyber incident? All services back up?
All services are back up. We still have some work to do in the background, rebuilding. And I would like to acknowledge we've spent decades trying to make sure that we don't leave people behind the digital economy. And, you know, there was a big disruption.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think for us that care about making sure, you know, people aren't left behind, it was unfortunate. But we're looking forward. We have more members now than we have in 12 years.
Awesome. Okay, Hamilton Public Library. We'll get the links up on our website.